Here are the 5 warning signs that you need player development. Now, I believe everybody needs player development. They need player development in their athletic program, their athletic department. I believe everybody does. But if you have 2 or 3 of these, you hear 2 or 3 of these warning signs, you need it immediately. The first warning sign is if you have culture instability. If your culture is unstable, you have culture instability or cultural instability, you need player development. How player development can help you with that cultural instability. The way that cultural instability happens is you have a coach, an administrator, whoever it may be, coaches giving a pass saying, this is our culture. This is what we're going to do. This is how we do things around here. And there's a disconnect from what the coach is saying, the head coach of the program is saying, and how it gets to the players. And there's some disconnect where this coach is like, hey, we keep having this problem. The players don't understand the culture. There is this, the culture may shift. One day is this, and one day is that. And there's a lot of cultural instability. Where player development can help with this. Player development can help is it can help reaffirm those core values. So when I was in the player development role, I was at the University of Houston, Kansas, and Baylor. And one thing I would do in my role is apply, continue to set the foundation on cultural values. So I would have players come in, talk to me about an issue, and I'll go back to core values, even if they disagree with the coach. Hey, what did coach say about this? What is coach doing? How is this helping you become a better young man, right? And you're setting these core values because the core values may be misunderstood, but you have somebody in that role that comes in and says, hey, this is how we do this. I also did this through programming. A lot of our programming was there to help our players deepen the core values that our coach wanted. You may have what help player development can help too is congruence. You can create congruence. Now, when I worked in a role, you have a staff, most staffs I work with, you got some baby boomers, but millennials, Gen X, I want to say, and millennials, right? And then you have a locker room that's Gen Z. And so there can be congruence, like you said this, they think this as well. And so what player development can do is create, hey, this is exactly what coach is saying, but then also go back to the coaches and say, hey, this is what the players are saying, and this is why they're responding this way. And so now you can create cultural stability. But if you have cultural instability, that is a warning sign. The second warning sign is academic red flags. Yes. If your program is struggling academically, this is a sign you need player development. Now, I work with incredible people in the role. Once again, at Houston, Baylor, and Kansas, I was academic liaison. I work with incredible academic staff. Shout out to all the academic staffs. Hey, y'all do incredible jobs. They need support. They need support from coaches. They need support from people on the side that are at practice, people on the side that travel, or the football side of things. And so I was able to provide support. I'll talk about it here in a few. I made one small change to a meeting we had to help our coaches pay more attention. It was an academic meeting. The head coach came to me and he said, hey, our coaches are struggling, paying attention. They're on their phones. What can we do to make this meeting shorter? What can we do to make this meeting more geared to grab the attention of the coaches? And so what I did was we created a system, a red, yellow, green system, to where, hey, we spent time, what was happening previously where we were reading through every single player's academic deal. This is what they did in this class. This is what they have coming up. This is how they're doing this. This is where they are. Every player, no matter if they had good grades or bad grades. So I said, well, let's do this. Once we go there, a coach can see, here's your position group. You got defensive line. Here's your athletes that are green. They're doing well. Here's your athletes that are in yellow. They need some help. And here are athletes that are in red. Now a coach is paying attention. Okay, these guys in greens, we don't need to spend too much time talking about what they're doing. Let's hype them up. These guys in yellow, let's pay attention. These guys in red, let's create a plan for them as well. And so just by doing that and coming with academics and giving them the support and saying, hey, can we create these charts that look like that? It was something that was incredible. And we ended up, this is when I was at Baylor, we ended up getting about 28 players, I believe, on the Big 12 Commissioner's Honor Roll. That's over 25% of the team, right? And that was from one small change because I, working in player development, was there to work with academics and help our coaches as well. So if you're having academic red flags, and I know it's not your academic support team because they're doing everything they want to, or need to, and want to help the athletes, you need a person in the role. And you need somebody else for accountability. You may have academic red flags because there's a lack of accountability. These players are going and doing this. They're listening. You know, academic staff's telling them what to do, but they know, well, you don't handle my playing time or whatever. You're this. You need somebody to hold them accountable. I would hold them accountable. One of the things I love that the academic staff did for me at every place I was at was they would tell me who's taking tests that week. So I would text these guys, hey, good luck on your test. We're gonna talk about your test when I see you. So now they know, oh man, he gonna talk to me about this test, right? There's accountability. Hey, you said, hey, your grades are right here. You need to graduate. I had the fortune of one of my universities spending time with 4 guys that were close to not graduating. We spent weekly meetings talking to each other, and all 4 of those guys graduated. And so you have an opportunity to get someone that brings accountability in there. All right, I got going. I got excited because I want everybody to have player development. You may be like, who's this guy talking about player development? My name is Ed Jones. I am the founder of Beyond the Field, where we develop people and elevate programs. I'm the author of The Player Development Guide, a book given to you where you can impact the lives of athletes. Everything I learned in the role at Houston, Baylor, and Kansas is in that book. And that is that. And I'm the creator of the 2026 Player Development Summit. Yes, the 2026 Player Development Summit will be in Detroit. If you need any information on that, it is in the show notes. If you want to sponsor that event, we need sponsors. We want sponsors. We want to welcome you into this event where you have people like myself who are impacting the lives of our future leaders, athletes all around the world. Click the link, check the website out, click the sponsor tab, and let's get going. You don't want to miss out. The ROI on your sponsorship will be incredible. Let's go. All right. The third warning sign that you need player development is your former players are disconnected. I talk about this in detail on this podcast. There's many episodes on this page. I'll give you one right here. Okay. About alumni, but your former players are disconnected, right? I've seen it like in this coaching carousel. There have been players that when coaches get new jobs, these players like, man, I hope he lets the former players come. I hope he lets us come back to practice. I'm like, dang, how could you disconnect from the former players? There's a reason why the program is what it is. There's a reason why some of us make good money in the role, right? And so if you have former players who are disconnected, you need player development. You need somebody that can be the alumni liaison, the person that reaches out to alumni, former players, say, hey, I'm your person of contact. This is what it is. I had the first time I got a chance to do this was at the University of Houston under Tom Herman. We had a open door policy for alumni. It was incredible. It was incredible bringing so many alumni back, and they were huge supporters of what we're doing. And they helped create opportunities for our players off the field when they were done because we were building these relationships, right? They're bringing their kids. Their kids want to come play for the school, right? You have opportunities like that because you open up the avenue for your former players. So if your former players are disconnected and you're hearing, hey, we want to be there, we're not involved, you all don't reach out to us, that's a warning sign that you need player development. The fourth warning sign is if you have no transition plan. You have no transition plan for when these players are done in your program. They graduate, let's say they do the traditional 4-year, let's say they transferred in, whatever it may be, but they're done playing for you, for your program. Let's say you're a high school, this is high school, this is college, this is pros, this is every level, every sport. I believe that player development should be in every sport at every level. Even the youth level, right? There's no transition plan. They're done playing for you. Their eligibility is exhausted, or they've retired. What is your transition plan? What does it look like to be a player in your program and then go on to what is next, right? So you want to make sure that you have that you have that transition plan, that you have that opportunity for that athlete, for that person, right? To have a plan, right? And so what does that look like? Who can do that for you? Yeah, you can't do that as a coach. You got things going on. Player development, right? When I was in the role, I was able to help create some transition plans. I was able to reach out to experts, people outside, external experts outside of our program who could help us with this transition. I was able to reach out to people on campus. I was able to reach out to former players, right? And you help with that transition plan. This is what it's going to look like. Hey, let's get you an internship right now. Let's get you an externship and what it can look like. It looks a lot different for athletes, but let's get that for you, right? But we have a plan for you when you're leaving. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And you need somebody. If you don't have that plan, that is a warning sign that you need somebody in player development to help you. Hey, did I mention my book already? If I did, this is my book, The Player Development Guide, right here. I wrote it. I want you to get your copy. The holidays are here. This is the first day of the 12 days of player development. Let's go. I forgot to say that earlier, but this right here, you can use this. You can buy this for someone during the holiday season. All right, let me grab that book because that book just fell. It collapsed. All right, the fifth warning sign that you need player development is staff overload. Your staff is overloaded with things to do. You got to coach, you got to recruit possibly, you got to sign free agent, whatever you are, you got to, or whatever level, you got to watch film, you got to talk to parents, you got to do all this, right? Your staff is overloaded. You have coaches on your staff that say, coach, man, I just want to coach ball. Or I just want to coach whatever sport it is, right? And your staff is overloaded. You're overloaded. Everybody has a lot on their desk. Hey, you need to go get a director of player development. You need it now. So go get that. That staff overload is a warning sign. This person could take, I'm going to just tell you some of the things that the person could take off your, I'm going to tell you some of the things this person can take off your desk. Parent liaison, boom, done. Academic liaison, boom, done. Alumni liaison, boom, done. Campus liaison, boom, done. City liaison, boom, done, right? Administrator liaison, right? Boom, done. I used to go to our athletic staff meetings. We used to have an athletic, what was it called? Faculty athletic meeting. I used to go there, right? I used to remove as much as I could off of my coach's plate, but also get in as much information as I could to help our program and our players. So if you are experienced staff overload, you are like, man, we are doing a lot. Man, my coaches are overloaded. Then that may be a sign that, you know what, you need player development, right? And so you need to figure that out, right? The person is there. Find that person. Now, those are the 5 warning signs that you need player development. I'm going to review them again. Number 1, cultural instability. Number 2, academic red flags. Number 3, your former players are disconnected. Number 4, there's no transition plan. And number 5, you have a staff overload. Once again, this is day 1 of the 12 days of player development, where I will give you 12 videos, podcasts, newsletters. All that stuff is in the show notes, right? Every single day for the next 12 days leading up. It's holiday season leading up to Christmas. So y'all get it? 12 days of player development, 12 days of Christmas. On the first day of player development, I brought to you 5 warning signs that you need player development too. All right. Thank you so much for being here. This video right here talks to you about why you need player development. It goes on and dives deeper into what we talked about today. Can't thank you enough. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today and get you some player development.